Have you ever noticed that you're always the one people call when their world is falling apart? It's 11 7 p.m. Your phone lights up, and before you even read the message, you already know what it's going to be: a breakup, a panic attack, a family crisis. And somehow, even if you're exhausted, even if your own heart feels heavy, you sit up, take a breath, and type back, "I'm here. Tell me everything." Let me ask you something gently. When was the last time someone said that to you first? If that question stings a little, you might be the strong friend. The reliable one, the steady one, the one who never seems to fall apart. People admire you. They describe you as mature, wise, emotionally intelligent. But underneath that compliment is something more complicated, because strength, especially emotional strength, can quietly turn into a role you feel trapped in. We tend to assume the strong friend is just naturally resilient. Maybe you've even told yourself that story: "I'm just built this way." But psychology suggests something deeper is happening. Strength in this context isn't just a personality trait. It's often a survival strategy. Think about your early life for a moment. Were you the child who learned not to cause trouble? The one who comforted others instead of being comforted? Psychologists call this parentification, when a child emotionally or practically takes on adult responsibilities too early. Maybe you had to be the peacemaker in your family. Maybe you learned that your feelings were less urgent than everyone else's. Your brain, incredibly adaptable as it is, made a simple calculation: if I stay calm, if I stay strong, things will be okay. And it worked, at least for a while. Over time, that calmness became your identity. Friends noticed, teachers noticed, even strangers feel it. You give off stability. You give off stability. You're the emotional Wi-Fi everyone connects to when their signal drops. But here's the quiet twist: the brain loves patterns. The more you play the strong role, the more people expect it. And the more they expect it, the more you feel you have to maintain it. There's something called role entrapment in social psychology. When people repeatedly see you in a certain way, they unconsciously resist evidence that contradicts it. So, when you're struggling, when you're anxious or heartbroken or overwhelmed, others might genuinely not see it. Not because they don't care, but because your identity in their mind is the stable one. The strong one doesn't crack. And if you're honest, sometimes you don't let them see it either. Why? Because strength becomes safety. If you're the helper, you don't have to risk being helped. If you're the listener, you don't have to risk being misunderstood. Vulnerability is unpredictable. Being the strong friend feels controlled. There's also something deeply rewarding about it. Neuroscience shows that helping others activates the brain's reward system. Acts of support release dopamine and oxytocin, the chemicals associated with bonding and pleasure. So when you comfort someone and they say, "I don't know what I'd do without you," your brain lights up. It feels meaningful, important. You matter. And you do. And you do. But here's the subtle danger: your sense of worth can slowly become tied to being needed. Ask yourself this honestly: if you stopped being the strong one, if you admitted you were struggling, would people still come to you? Would they still value you? Or would they still value you? Or would they see you differently? That fear right there is powerful. It keeps you holding it together when you're actually falling apart. I once heard someone describe the strong friend as the emotional shock absorber in a car. Every bump, every pothole, every sudden stop, you absorb it so the ride feels smoother for everyone else. But shock absorbers wear down. They're not meant to carry infinite impact without maintenance. Emotionally, the same thing happens. Suppressed feelings don't disappear. They accumulate. Research on emotional suppression shows that consistently pushing down your emotions increases stress responses in the body. Your heart rate goes up. Your nervous system stays alert. You look calm on the outside, but internally your body is bracing. And here's the irony: you might be the most emotionally aware person in your group. You can analyze everyone else's attachment style. You can predict their self-sabotage patterns. You can practically see their childhood wounds glowing in neon. But when it comes to your own pain, you rationalize it, minimize it. It's not that bad. Other people have it worse. I'll deal with it later. Later rarely comes. There's also a social factor at play. We live in a culture that romanticizes strength. We praise independence. We admire people who handle it. Especially if you're the eldest sibling, or the responsible friend, or someone others look up to, you may feel pressure to maintain that image. It's like being cast in a role in a movie you never auditioned for. And sometimes the strong friend becomes invisible in their own story. Have you ever sat in a group and realized no one has asked how you're really doing? Not the polite "you good," but the pause. Eye contact. "Oh no, really, how are you?" It's a strange loneliness, being surrounded by people who trust you deeply, yet feeling unseen yourself. Psychologically, this can create what's called emotional asymmetry in relationships. You give more vulnerability than you receive. You carry more stories than you share. Over time, that imbalance can breed quiet resentment, not loud anger. just a tired heaviness. And yet, here's the beautiful part. The qualities that made you the strong friend are not flaws. Your empathy is real. Your steadiness is real. Your capacity to hold space for others is a rare strength. The goal isn't to stop being strong, because true strength isn't the absence of visible struggle. It's the willingness to be real. Think about the people you feel closest to. Chances are, it's not just because they're reliable. It's because they've let you see their humanity. Vulnerability builds intimacy. When you never share your own fears, you unintentionally keep relationships one layer shallow. You become the therapist, the advisor, the anchor, but not the fully known friend. Your brain might resist this idea. Vulnerability activates the threat system. It feels risky. What if they judge you? What if they pull away? But studies on social bonding consistently show that mutual vulnerability strengthens relationships. When someone opens up to us, we feel trusted. And when we open up and are met with care, our nervous system learns something new. It's safe to be seen. So maybe being the strong friend doesn't mean carrying everything silently. Maybe it means modeling emotional honesty. Imagine this scenario. A friend calls you in tears. You listen like you always do. But this time, after supporting them, you say, "I'm really glad you told me. I've actually been having a tough week too." Not dramatically, not competitively, just honestly. That small shift changes the dynamic. It transforms the relationship from one directional support to shared humanity. If you're the strong friend, you probably fear burdening others. But here's a gentle truth. The people who truly care about you don't see your emotions as a burden. They see them as access to the real you. And yes, some people might not step up when you open up. That can hurt. But it also reveals something important about the balance of your relationships. Strength includes discernment. It's okay to notice who shows up for you and who only shows up when they need you. There's a quiet power in saying, "I don't have the capacity right now." That sentence doesn't make you weak. It makes you self-aware. Emotional boundaries are not walls. They're doors you choose when to open. Let me say something clearly. You are allowed to be messy. You are allowed to not have the answers. You are allowed to cry without immediately turning it into a lesson for someone else. Your value is not measured by how much you can carry. In fact, some of the strongest people in history were not those who never struggled, but those who admitted their struggles openly. Strength isn't rigidity, it's flexibility. It's the ability to bend without breaking and to ask for help when you need reinforcement. So if you recognize yourself in this, take a breath. You don't have to resign from being the strong friend. Just expand the definition. Let strength include softness. Let reliability include reciprocity. Let wisdom include your own healing. The next time someone thanks you for always being there, maybe smile and say, "That means a lot. And I might need you soon too." Watch what happens. You might discover that people were never expecting perfection. They were just responding to the version of you that you kept presenting. And if this resonates, if you've quietly carried more than people realize, I'd love to know. Are you the strong friend in your circle? Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is sit down, exhale, and let someone else hold the weight for a while.